What's up, guys? Welcome to day 4 of the road to 140 kilogram bench press. Today we've gone full circle, full cycle, whatever you want to call it, and we are back to the push day, which this is technically a legs push-pull program, but I started with push, so we are doing push here on day 4. Now, I got a few less reps on the dips today than I did 3 days ago, but that was because of fatigue. At this point, I've cycled through pretty much all the big muscles in my entire body, and I am sore everywhere. I'm not sore in my forearms, but I am sore in probably 85% of all of my skeletal muscles. So I'm basically sore everywhere. Name a big muscle, I'm sore there. I mean, fucking calves, hamstrings, quads, glutes, lower mid and upper back, traps, lats, rear delts, side delts, front delts, chest, biceps and triceps. I'm sore everywhere. I'm even sore in my abs. So, yeah, if I forgot to mention calves, I probably did mention calves, but I'm sore everywhere and I'm getting heavier. Now, keep in mind this is an afternoon weight, but I weighed myself here and I was 84 kilos with the shorts and the socks, so I'm probably around 83 kilos here in the afternoon. And keep in mind that, it was only a few days ago when my afternoon weight pretty much never exceeded 80 kilos. So I'm up, a couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 kilos since my lowest point, and I feel so much better. I can feel like a lot of stuff is coming back. Everything's coming back. Not to get too specific, but at least one thing that is very PC, like I'm looking juicy. Like everything is just filling back out. I look like, I feel like I should look, all of my muscles are just big and full. Now my gut is big and full as well because, I'm eating close to 5,000 calories here, rebounding. That may go down a little bit to around 4,000 to 4,500 calories a day in a few weeks, but I'm just going to let my body do its thing here with a diet, just eat a bunch, sleep really long. I mean, tonight I got over 9 hours of sleep. I think I was closing in on 9.5 hours of sleep. So, and that's on a work day too. I'm sleeping really long. I'm eating huge amounts of food, and I'm training to failure, multiple sets every single day. We'll see how long I can stick to this, especially the leg session. I'm really not looking forward to doing that type of leg day again. But I think that's kind of a sign that it was highly stimulative. And next time I do legs, I'm not going to do heavy squats. I'm going to start off with Romanian deadlifts probably, and then go on to do lunges. And then, my next leg day after that. So next week, I will probably do squats and deadlifts again, or squats and deficit deadlifts. So, I'm going to vary the exercises a little bit. I'm not counting reps. As you can see, there are no rep counters here on today's video. I usually always put like the exercise, the weight and reps. And a little bit is due to laziness, why I'm not posting that right now. But a big factor is I'm really not trying to count the reps. I'm trying to make the reps count. That sounds silly and cringe, but it's very true. I just want to go to failure. I want to push my primary movers to failure. If I can tweak my technique so I fail 2 reps earlier, but I know I'm getting a better stimulus, I'm just going to do that. So, I'm going to accumulate serious volume of just pushing everything to failure. And these dips are crazy. I am absolutely retarded for having not done dips before. These hit your chest incredibly well and hit your triceps incredibly well. And, I posted a calisthenics video, which you guys should watch back if you're interested in kind of dips and stuff. By the way, that's the physique right now. Literally gained like 3 kilos in 4 days. Look at that. Juicy. What was I saying? Yeah, watch back for my videos and you'll see a how to get a massive chest with calisthenics. in that video I teach you guys how to chest dip, and it basically comes down to keeping a posterior pelvic tilt, keeping your feet ahead of you instead of behind you, and flexing your abs and leaning over, hunching over, leaning forward, and going down that way, as opposed to kind of having a anterior pelvic tilt, which is when you kind of have a sus posture, and kind of like imagine you are trying to point your bum towards the wall behind you. That's an anterior pelvic tilt, and a posterior pelvic tilt would kind of be the opposite, with your bum more under you. And it basically comes down to just what position is your lower back in. Is it kind of bent one way or the other? But when you have your feet slightly in front of you, flexing your abs, hunching over, you're going to get in a position which is very much more chest dominant. And even though I'm using that technique, my chest is getting destroyed, my triceps are really having to kick in as well. That's the reason why I couldn't really do much on the overhead press today. Although, I'm not really counting reps, yes, it feels a bit bad to do this little weight for this few reps, but I mean, that's fatigue for you. That's how it works. So, you're going to do multiple sets. I'm always used to doing one set. Now I've been doing that for like a year. Obviously, when you do multiple sets, especially in the beginning here, fatigue is going to weaken you. But the point here is just to move some nice heavy weights, get some good tension in the muscle, and get some serious fatigue accumulation. And considering the amount of sleep I'm getting, 8 to 9 hours pretty much every single night, considering my calorie intake, probably 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day, pretty much as I can eat sustainably, and considering my motivation level, I think that this is a reasonable approach. Just kind of overdoing the training a little bit for a few weeks here, I think that won't hurt me one bit. When I get back to school, which is in like 2 weeks, I think I'll probably be back up to probably at least 83 kilos morning weight. I'm probably going to gain a kilo a week here in the beginning. I'm not sure, but I likely will do that. So the bulk is going to be, probably faster weight gain in the beginning, which is more of a rebounding phase, then kind of middle speed weight gain, and then towards the end, probably the last 5 kilos are going to be quite slow and probably quite challenging. But at this point, I am many kilos below my natural weight, which is about 84 kilos morning weight. And keep in mind, that's my previous natural body weight without having the level of muscle which I will have the next time I hit that weight. So I think my natural weight, updated version will probably be 85, 86 here in a few weeks. Like, my body's probably going to keep going until that point. And after maybe 85, 86 kilos morning weight, I'm going to have to actually manually press the button of eating a bit more than I want to, basically. And getting up to 90 from 88 kilos is probably going to be a bit challenging, although probably a lot easier than the last bulk, because I'm going to have a lot more muscle. And getting from 90 to 95 is going to be the kind of new step, which is going to be incredibly difficult for me, and where I'm going to have to actually force feed. But the plan is probably to get up to around 95 kilos, maybe even heavier, because I really want that 140 bench press. That is the goal right now. And as long as I don't get a serious injury or a huge drop in motivation or change in direction for some reason, I'm just going to keep grinding at it. Realistically, it should take me about a year, but I feel like it's going to take me a shorter amount of time because I believe that I have so much more potential than I ever realized. Doing this much volume and eating this much food, I can just kind of see myself, it's a lot of water. It's a lot of water weight, but I am so much bigger right now. As if you look at this, I'm so much bigger than I was a week ago. And yeah, it's so much water weight, but still, I just blew up, basically. And I honestly believe that I will be a completely different person within 1 to 2 months compared to where I was during the end of my cut. It's going to be crazy. And I do believe that will continue, I'm going to test my max bench press fairly soon, before it kind of starts rising substantially. So, if I remember to do it, probably next workout, just check it out. My best ever was 115 kilos at about 89 kilos morning weight. So 115 is my best pause bench that I ever did. I do believe that by the next workout, unless I am really sore, I probably should be able to get like 110 plus, which means that I've already regained like maybe 5 kilos on my bench. Because during the deepest part of this cut here, I was doing 87.5 kilos on the bench for like 6 reps. Obviously, I'm doing dips right now, I'm not doing bench, but I think that I would just regain strength very quickly on the bench. I mean, when you add body weight quickly, especially when you're actually adding muscle with it, your bench is just going to fly up. And I think that that's definitely going to happen for me. And considering that, except for the last few kilos of the cut, I was maintaining almost full bench strength. I think that I'll be back at full bench strength within like a week. I know that that sounds really like silly, but I've pretty much never been in this optimal of a position to gain muscle in my life. Like these next 2 weeks, I don't know how much muscle I'm going to gain, but if you were to measure it, it would probably be far more than I've gained in any other 2 week period in an extremely long time. Like this is optimized, I'm telling you guys. So especially as I'm closing in on the end of summer break here, I have kind of 2 options: to slowly go up in weight or to just say fuck it. And I think I've already decided to just say fuck it. If I gain like 4 kilos in 3 weeks on my morning weight, or even 5 kilos in 3 weeks, like it is what it is. I'm just going to let that weight come back on, probably gain an amount of strength which is silly, an amount of muscle which is silly. Obviously, the strength gains aren't going to show immediately, since I train so much right now that the fatigue factor is very real. But I think it's just going to be evident in my physique. Like, not only the stomach is a bit distended and everything, like I'm not just bloated, but I'm actually going to be a lot thicker in just a few weeks, I believe, than I am right now. So bulk is going extremely well. Back day tomorrow. And yeah, that's going to be nice. And I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.